Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now, just before the video begins, I just thought we'd give a shout out to Club and just explain a couple things. Again, Club used to be Quarterback, for those that remember that. They rebranded. But Club is a whole, program that you can join the Huzz Nation, my club, take part in challenges and earn yourself riot points. So it used to be you could earn yourself skins, but the biggest complaint was it takes too long. Well, now they've fixed that. So once you've earned a balance over a certain amount, you can go into store, you can go into get riot points, and then you can see here's the values. And just to show you how easy it is, so I've got 60,000, this is 45,000. Click that, and you can take up to 5 minutes. So while that's kind of happening, let's just explain other things. So you join the Huzz Nation using the link down below, and once you've joined, you've linked your summoner, you can then go play, and then you can take part in actual challenges like you go into a Summoner's Rift game and you go for max kills. You go into Summoner's Rift, max assists, ARAMs, all random Earth when it's available, and eventually they will be bringing TFT to Club. This week's challenge, just to mention, is Bingo Bango. So if you take part in 20 challenges this week, you can get over 200,000 coins as a chance to get that. And just also to a further incentive of kind of like, hey, we're back on Club. I have given the guys at Club one Kaiser bundle code for EU or for Europe, EU West and EU Northeast, and one Kaiser bundle code for North America, and they know what server you're currently playing on. And the way that we're going to be doing it is whichever two people, so whichever North American and whichever European person has the most involvement of this upcoming, when this video is uploaded, this week's season, each season lasts a week, you guys will be getting yourself a League Partner bundle. So yeah, feel free to get involved with that. If we then go into shop and raffles, again, this should be available soon. So this is processing. So very soon this will become available, and once it's processed, I'll quickly edit in of what that looks like. Okay, so I'm not even kidding. This has not even been 2 minutes later. If you go out of it, go back in, eventually it'll be this. And ladies and gentlemen, good luck. There's the code. Someone go claim it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this little intro. Good luck on this week's challenge. Remember, League Partner codes are on the, potential if you do get involved heavily. But anyway, enjoy the video and make sure you like the video and all that good stuff. And if you do like, by the way, these announcements that occasionally we're just going to randomly give riot codes away, let me know and we might do them more often with the guys at Club. Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now, welcome to another episode of Iron to Diamond, and obviously this is one of the hybrid episodes that we do occasionally. Well, we bring up the loading screen, so as you can see, it's like a low diamond, high platinum game. We're playing Renekton in this game. We're against a Gnar with a very bad win rate, and it's I think it said, oh no, it is a top lane main, but it's duo queue with the Lux. So I'm just pointing out a few things. The Hecarim was good, the Katarina was a little bit questionable. But yeah, so basically, long story short, while you're getting this type of episode, my last 2 streams in a row would have been Friday and Saturday. I've played a number of games, and none of them were up to quality of YouTube. And I would say I think I won more than I lost, but there was a rage quitter in 2 of them. It was just really weird. So none of them were getting uploaded. So it's not like I'm avoiding uploading losses. I'm also avoiding uploading wins. It just wasn't worth your time for me to upload them. So what I did last night is when I need footage, I sometimes do no mic and camera streams that I'm just playing. You can join the stream if you want to. It's generally really chill. The Twitch chat's having a nice conversation. And I'm just playing League. Late at night, I was playing till about, I don't know, midnight or so, and I got a few games done. I think I got 3 games done that I can now do replays for in this style. So hopefully you guys won't mind. Again, I know people like the live commentaries, but honestly, I like these as a good hybrid. That they're not like a pure replay file that we don't see the perspective of the game. You see my perspective. In the bottom left, you also can see my key inputs. But I can be more analytical in these. I can explain my thought process more because I don't have the distraction of playing the game as well. So I'm waiting in the bush right now. I'm playing Renekton with PTA and Ignite. You can see the Gnars coming through. So just to explain, I ward the bush and then I go on the Gnar. So I'm just doing as much damage as possible to the Gnar. I proc the PTA, give him over half health. I make him ward early. Now, if you're wondering, why do I throw the ward down instantly? because when I back away, I want to know if the enemy jungler is straight away heading top lane. Because that's a lot of the time what happens. You go for these little plays and boom, the enemy jungler's doing red, the Gnar or whatever comes to top, he gets engaged on, and then the enemy jungler after red comes top. So that just helps in that department of knowing. So the Gnar, again, loading screen stats and stuff, you guys can tell me in the comments, there's the ward working already. So do you like loading screen stats, not for these videos, but in your own games in solo queue? Do you think it makes you change your opinion about them? I proc the W a bit early because I was half expecting Rengar to be in that bush, but I'm like, Rengar is somewhere near here, and lo and behold, he is trying to steal our blue, which is a very questionable play. Honestly, if I didn't even go there, that Rengar would have been very low health by the end of it. Mega Gnar is around, so I'm going to be a little bit careful, but, you know, I've just saved my jungler there, blue. Also, you can see on the minimap, the enemy blue got taken, so I've done a really good thing for my Hecarim here. Hopefully he's happy about it, because he now gets 3 buffs. Meanwhile, the first blood in mid lane, and you can look at the summoner name on my mid laner is mid lane to challenger, basically. There were some very questionable things this person did, so I'm not entirely sure they'll be making it to challenger, but it's a good goal, I'd say, you know. So the Gnar, just doing a bit of damage, would love to proc the PTA, but get a decent amount of damage done. And yeah, we're going full aggression Renekton, by the way, in this game. So again, how do you tell if a Renekton's pretty much always going to go full aggression? He runs PTA, not... I've gone blank. So I go for a full all-in, by the way, because the Gnar was just a bit sloppy, like... full aggression. Going for that kill, double summoners, is worth it because I want to snowball. If you're playing something passive, you don't want to do that. But yeah, Conqueror. I'm going PTA, not Conqueror, because Conqueror is for scaling. I've gone PTA for early game snowball. I'm running Ignite, not Teleport. So when this Gnar... if I was this Gnar and I was against a Renekton with this setup, I'd be like, right, time to play passive. We know what this Renekton wants to do. We know he wants to kill and go aggressive. So play defensive or play back. He's playing a half-range champion. So it's really his fault if he gets caught like that. But we get our first kill. We're on the board. Don't get first blood, obviously, because Katarina died to it. But that's really good. That's making us there. So the general build that I do on Renekton is I do get the Tiamat because I like the auto-attack reset. I also like it with combining with PTA because I can get you an extra auto-attack quick enough. But then straight into Spear of Shojin. My goal when I'm playing Renekton, by the way, meanwhile I go for a nice little Rage W there. And you can see I've just come back to lane and the Gnar's nearly dead. My goal whenever I'm playing Renekton, depending the matchup, is I want to 2v1 the top laner and the jungler. That is my goal. Always to try and 2v1. And Spear of Shojin, when you get it with your ultimate combining, you as a Renekton is very hard to 2v1 because the amount of healing that you're bringing, mobility with your E, it's hard to pin a Renekton down. And maybe I can't one-shot a Gnar, but a Rengar I can. So yeah, always be smart about who you're engaging on in a 2v1 situation. Generally go for the squishier person that you can just instantly burst them. And then the other person who's in the 2v2 might be thinking, oh god, am I going to continue this? They might just back off. So farm-wise, I'm not pushing the lane, but I'm not freezing it either. Like, I'm kind of keeping it in the mid. The reason for it is I'm looking to go on the Gnar whenever possible. And I don't want... He's got teleport, you have to remember. I don't know if he's got it. He probably doesn't have it up right now. But whenever you're against somebody with teleport, you have to remember, meanwhile, Rengar top lane again, you don't want to give them free teleports. And the way that you don't give someone free teleports is you don't have the lane constantly at your tower. Because they can just back off and teleport anytime they want. You want to have a presence in the lane going, if you teleport, I'm going to stop you right now. Or if you teleport, your tower is going to take a crazy amount of damage. That's how you stop the teleport advantage. So Rengar's chilling in this bush. So again, part of when you know the jungler's there is you want to try and keep them interested to waste their time. If you're the type of player that is like in the all chat going, hey jungler, how you doing in that bush? That's dumb. That's really dumb. Meanwhile, Lux is also top lane, by the way. So I'm getting camped a little bit, but like it's not effective camp. You know, my team is getting dragons. Lux is roaming top, doesn't get anything. They're just standing in a bush. But yeah, you don't want to let a jungler know you know that they're there, really, because you want to waste their time. If he's sitting in a bush in top lane, he's not killing my mid laner. He's not killing my bot laner. He's in a bush in top lane. So never tell the enemy jungler you know where they are. That's half the battle, is knowing where the enemy jungler is when he thinks he's visible. So yeah, gonna go back, I believe, probably to finish the Tiamat, because obviously Tiamat is a little bit of a power spike in the early game, and probably booties. So we get Tiamat, booties, and then we're gonna head up to top lane, popping the E, because by the time I get back to lane, it'll be back on cooldown. So yeah, so far, so good. Katarina just avoids the big boom damage from Lux. She might have even died then, by the way, if she wasn't careful. And I will say it is nice to see Lux mid lane again, because obviously Lux support, there are some people still playing it. It's not really a thing anymore, but the community takes a while to adapt. Because the only viable way now to play Lux support is AP. The shield build is literally dead, and there is no point playing AP Lux bot lane. You don't get the gold income to make it work, so you may as well just play Vel'Koz or Brand. So slowly Lux support is going to get phased out. Obviously, there'll still be some die-hard people like One Tricks or Mains that will always play it, unfortunately. But its strength that like every support plays it has gone. So yeah, but you'll see them more in mid, which is cool. I do like Lux as a champion. I just never liked her in support. Right, so Nars throwing a ward like I did. Again, always have vision in that bush as much as I can, especially with this game. We've had 2 or 3 ganks, or wanting ganks from Rengar already. We have had a Lux that's even roamed to top lane. So obviously the enemy team wants to kill me. Rengar does an odd play. You can see me zooming in for a comedic effect. That he flashes into the bush to try and then get to the Kai'Sa. Doesn't happen. Nog giving me free damage, which is always nice. Lux is going bot lane. Hecarim does dive, a little bit of overstay. They might have even gone for a tower dive, by the way. I will say a common theme this game is tower dives. And honestly, bad tower dives. So Gnar is going to go for a bit of an engage. He ults me, through the tower, but I can just E through him. Again, save your E while the Gnar still has his ult, because you can just E straight away. I'm going to chill in this bush just to see if I can kill the Gnar. If he's a little bit lazy, or he kind of forgets, or he thinks I've gone back, I do have double summoners again. There is a chance that I could just kill this Gnar. It would be lovely if he came to me, because right now he's out of range of my E. I'd have to double E to him. He would just jump away. He might know I'm here at this point, but I'm kind of just still waiting. You know, I go for an ultimate. I go for the play. I do go for the flash. He flashes terribly, by the way. Don't know why he did that flash, because when you're flashing over the top of somebody, you're not actually flashing that far away from them, because part of the distance of your flash is going through the champion. He needed to flash down the river. Like, at that point, I think he was just dead, but it was a bad flash. And remember, when you're dying using your flash, you may as well not have really used it, because I had to use flash to kill him there 100%. He should have just accepted the death and not flash. So yeah, really good. Both plays, both kills on him. Aggressive, double summoner uses. And that is literally why I'm taking Ignite, is because I kind of feel like I need the Ignite just to secure these early kills, and we want that snowball to occur. So my job as Renekton, by the way, moving forward into the rest of the game, is, yes, damage, but it's being a distraction as well. If I can kill one important person on the enemy team, my job is pretty much done. If I can kill that person and then get 3 people on me while my team is killing other people, job done. And that is something that Renekton is quite effective at doing. But the only issue with it is if someone who can one-shot you gets fed, then obviously that is going to hurt you, because Renekton, he's a pretty squishy bruiser nowadays. You know, the spear rush and everything like that. He's not a beefy boy. You know, you don't... Every now and then I'll still do the Black Cleaver build, because it is effective in places, but the actual carry build on Renekton is Spear of Shojin. Alright, so Hecarim was doing the Rift Herald by himself, which was a little bit questionable, but he's going to try his best. He smites it, gets his health back. Lux is in the area. We do secure the Rift Herald. I'm going to continue. Katarina gets caught, but this is fine. We are going to get the kill on the Gnar. I'm going to continue on the Lux. Rengar's ulting. I'm going to be honest, I oddly wasn't expecting Rengar to go on me, but he does. I was expecting him to go on the Hecarim because he was lower health, but yeah, I get killed. It's a 1-for-1 technically in that play, but my bot lane dies again. I think they just got double killed, and which would explain because Karma apparently DC'd. So from memory of this game, again, I played these last night, so it's still relatively fresh in my mind. The Varus gets quite fed. Again, the Huzzy curse continues, I guess. The Varus gets quite fed. Now, the thing that was going through my head, if the Varus was getting strong, can I do anything about it as Renekton? And the answer is yes. That's the fortunate thing. How? Well, I'm building damage. and fairly strong right now. And what is Varus? Very immobile. He's a very, very immobile AD carry that he's obviously rooted, and he relies on people protecting him and rooting others. So if I get on top of a Varus, yeah, I can kill him. That's the thing that you've always got to kind of think through is, you know, it's a positive way of thinking, but it also can backfire, because what happens if that was a fed Ezreal and it's like, oh, can I kill an Ezreal? Not really, because his mobility, if he built Bork Iceborne as a Renekton, it's like, well, I can't stay on top of an Ezreal, he's going to kite me. But this game, I can. So again, it's thinking smart. But yeah, when you're thinking smart, sometimes it can like depress you a bit, because if it goes the wrong way, it's like, okay, can I kill that fed person? Realistically, no. You're like, oh, this game I can because it's a Varus. Going to go for that control ward again, still maintaining as much vision in that bush as I can, because again, it's been a very popular bush for people. Hecarim jumps over and takes the crab near the dragon. And remember, we do have Rift Herald. I'm a little bit nervous about this dragon play, if I'm honest, because they're starting it with, like, you know, not everyone's got full health bars. They didn't, like, they kind of rushed into it, so there's not much planning. They do get it, but now they're getting engaged on. Obviously, there's nothing I can do about this, so I may as well not be watching. Going to go for a bit of a Gnar damage. I missed the cannon for that. Probably wasn't worth it. So 2 people die on our team so far. 3 people die on our team so far for a dragon. Not the best play. Again, pointing out there on the tab menu, both of my carries, you know, carries, AD carry mid laner are 0-2, both losing lane at this point, which is a bit of a bummer. But, you know, just going to keep your mind as positive as you can. We are playing a carry top lane, unfortunately. Like, this would be annoying if, again, you're playing a tank. Because it's like, okay, I'm protecting the carries and both my carries are sucking. And that's why tanks aren't the most effective thing in solo queue. Because you could be a great tank player, but usually a tank player is only as good as his carry. Because you can tank everything, do amazing engage, amazing stuns, but if the damage from your carries isn't there to do anything, well, then nothing really happens. So that is the problem. So I am typing there, 3rd Katarina of the day feeding on my team, I think. So yeah, as I mentioned, so this was the 2nd stream of the day that I was doing. I did 1 stream. Well, they're going to get a pick, hopefully. Don't know why that guy flashed. So this was the 2nd stream of the day. The 1st stream of the day, I had 2 other Katarinas on my team. Both of them fed. Like, both of them did really badly. Because Katarina's not an easy champion to pull off. I would definitely deem Katarina as a one-trick champion. Meanwhile, like I said earlier, tower dives. No idea why. So Hecarim, she comes out of her Zhonya's and Hecarim hits the tower, which is unfortunate. And he also, by the way, ran exhaust this game. Some people may question that. I believe the reason he would have run exhaust is he was probably scared of the Rengar invading him in a 1v1. And obviously exhaust might have given him the pressure to fight a Rengar in 1v1. Possibly. Again, I probably would have still lent Ignite myself, because I think Hecarim should just be a pure, you know, aggression champion, but that's just me. So Gnar Mega Form, gonna go for a bit of damage. He's gonna do the same play again, but always saving one of the E. Rengar is in the area. Gonna pop my ultimate. Very important to pop the ultimate before. Here's the point I mentioned. I want a 2v1 and then Lux ultimates. I should have flashed. You can see I'm a little bit annoyed about that. I should have flashed out the ultimate. I just didn't expect it. But yeah, I was 2v1ing. If that Lux ultimate didn't come down, I'm pretty damn sure I would have killed them, because I would have then re-engaged with my full rotation of spells. See, I'm pretty sure I would. Well, that was a 2v1, and it was looking pretty good. Meanwhile, Hecarim going for a potential another dive. He does it again. Literally 2nd dive in a row that he dies. Again, this Hecarim weirdly did some very questionable things himself. I don't know why he did that. But yeah, Lux still in the top lane. So top lane has been a very popular lane for people to come. And again, you have to remember the Lux is duo queue with the Gnar. But the Rengar's been top lane quite a lot too. But maybe it's because, I don't know, if most ranked players, I feel, look at stats in loading screens, they might have looked at the stat difference. Maybe they would have noticed I'm a Smurf with over a 60% win rate. And this Gnar's not very good. With his win rate, 13%, I think it was. Okay, maybe we should help top lane. And obviously, he died twice to me in solo early. So yeah, it's possible that they're kind of like, oh god, we need to try and slow down the Renekton. It's possible. Meanwhile, 1-for-1 play happens in mid lane. Both mid laners die. I'm typing in the chat again. Normally, I don't type anything, as you guys know, but all I'm saying is you guys don't have to go in 24/7. There is a time and place that you go all in, and you don't have to do it all the time. And that's what it seems this team does. Hecarim is tower diving, going all in 24/7. The Katarina then went all in. She got a nice kill, then went back in. It's like, when something good has happened, you can calm it down. And yes, there is such thing as a momentum in League of Legends. Whichever team has the momentum generally wins the game. But you don't have to get all the momentum straight away when it's risky. You know, we're not strong at the moment. We're technically behind in kills. So it's just worth thinking about the play before you do the play. At this current point, you know, if you're really fed, then you can go for it. But yeah. So the Varus on the enemy team is 6-2. The Lux is 4-1. So both the enemy carries, I'm even pointing it out here. The enemy carries are very strong compared to ours, which does make me a little bit nervous, obviously. I'm sticking in top lane. And again, what is going through my mind right now, and it's a very common question, meanwhile they die again. It's a very common question for top lane. When do you start helping? Meanwhile, Katarina gets 1 kill, which is nice on the Varus. But when do I leave top lane? The answer is, it's not really an answer I can give every single time. Meanwhile, a surrender vote comes out by I don't know really who, but someone tries to surrender. But yeah, when do you go help? It's situational. So it's really when you feel that you have to go help is a lot of it. So my team is playing quite bad. They're losing more of these than they're winning. Okay, maybe I should go get involved. That's kind of the thought process. The other thing is not always that. You know, I'd say most of the time it is that. But the other point is, I'm really fed. I may as well go use my lead around the map. That's another thing. So Lux is randomly in that bush, which is completely out of position. So for her, randomly wanting to stop me, she gets herself killed. Now we can go, by the way. This is the momentum I'm talking about. This is positive momentum. So there's 2 nice kills for our team right there. I think I get 2 assists. I'm then going to head to bot lane because I think Katarina was already heading to top. I'm nearly at my Spear of Shojin. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go to bot lane. No one's down there. It's a free lane for me. And I've always said I need to split push more. I need to make sure that I'm maintaining farm in the game. A big weakness of mine, and I know it's a weakness of mine, you guys will probably be able to point it out yourselves, is grouping too much. Especially as a solo laner of kind of going, right, let's group. Yes, I love team fighting. I think that's the strength in my own game, but there is a point, meanwhile Hecarim goes for another tower dive, by the way. There is a point that I'm losing a lot of gold because I'm not going to side lanes. And again, part of that is because I don't trust my team, definitely. There's Hecarim again, tower diving. Kai'Sa's dead again. If I was mid lane, maybe that wouldn't have happened. You know, that's kind of what goes through my head. But we do get the tower. We are picking up the farm. So we are getting stronger in ourself, which is great. I've got to be careful with Lux being bot lane, oddly, because I feel that Lux isn't going to be bot lane completely by herself. Because I think the enemy team should know that I could kill her if she mispositions. So is she really going to be by herself, or she's going to play really passive? So I'm going to go back and pick up my spear, which is a very big power spike, as most of you would imagine. I'm just going to buy a longsword. I believe that longsword will go into eventually a black cleaver, maybe. I think I did think about maybe making that into the Ravenous Hydra for the lifesteal, but I think I decide against it. I think the black cleaver is probably better suited, because just in case there's some armor being built, you know, the Nar's got Ninja Tabby, the Lux has got Zhonya, so just to kind of give me that shred through that armor, I think right now is a good time to buy it, because it also gets me a little bit beefier with also giving me damage, cooldown reduction. So it's obviously it's a good item on Renekton, but you don't have to really rush it anymore. I'd say in some matchups you probably want to, but not all. Spear is kind of generally the more Huzzy Cannon. Spear is generally the more rush item nowadays. But obviously, I would not recommend Spear Rush for beginner Renektons, or even Renektons that, you know, if you're playing Renekton, you know you're not amazing at the champion, I wouldn't rush Spear. Spear, you've got to be really aggressive to kind of make it work to the maximum. And if you're not, Black Cleaver is just a stronger item, if you're not maximizing it. So I was waiting in that bush just to see if I could get a pick. Not going to happen. Going to go up to the top lane. You can see Varus was up there. I think Nautilus was up there. So maybe we could look for a pick if the enemy team is a little bit over cocky. You can see they're walking into our territory right now. So I am thinking maybe go for a full engage. Enemy team, you know, Rengar's hovering around the area. Nar's in the area. So again, this could be a point that maybe I should be bot lane. Maybe I should still be split pushing and take the Gnar away. Maybe kill the Gnar in a 1v1. But I am looking for that team fight. I am quite strong right now if I manage to get onto the right target, which right now is obviously the Varus. Nautilus very aggressively just walks casually up without, I guess, vision. Could have maybe punished that a bit more, but nothing happens. Gnar goes pretty aggressive, misses his ultimate. I ultimate early, then I'm just going to turn on the Nautilus. Hecarim's by himself right now. 4 of us admittedly do get caught up. I go for a flash play. Unfortunately, I don't get the range onto the Varus. It is taking a little while to kill me, but then we just don't have any damage. Unfortunately, I don't think Katarina got into the mix with her ultimate or anything like that. Obviously, the Varus having 10 kills is DPS output a lot. It was so close to me getting onto that Varus, but yeah, it just wasn't quite there. So you can see me right now. I do buy the lifesteal, and any second, I believe I'm going to change my mind. So Kai'Sa in that play, by the way, completely outplays the Lux, which is great. But in the interim, they are potentially getting a inhib, which is obviously very bad for us. Gnar now going for a play on the Kai'Sa. She gets another kill, has to use her heal. But yeah, so again, game's not looking great. We have good teamfight elements. But honestly, what happened there, while Hecarim's going to pick up 1 kill, he's going to chase down the Rengar. Baron is definitely on the table right now. But what happened there was we split. So 4 of us stayed on the Nautilus. I'm not sure if Katarina used her ultimate on Nautilus. I hope she didn't. But maybe that's what happened because then she didn't have ultimate later for the fight. And yeah, we might have used too much to kill Nautilus and then we had nothing to follow up. So we're going to go straight to the Baron for a couple reasons. 1, it's a good comeback mechanic. There are dead enemies right now. Varus being the most fed one, he's dead for a while. And 2, is the enemy team even going to expect this? Maybe or maybe not. So we are going to do it pretty quick because it's a Kai'Sa, Hecarim, Renekton. Pretty good team to do Baron. We're going to pick it up, and that's a great little comeback right there. So the kills are only 3 kills out. Gold is going to be probably definitely in the enemy team's favor. They got more towers. They've obviously got an inhibitor now. But Baron is definitely going to help us quite a bit. And is Baron going to make us win the game right now? Probably no. But Baron slows down the game. You know, the super minion wave now in mid lane, if you just Baron up a minion wave, they kind of become even at that point. Maybe even advantage to us. So it takes away the pure strength of the inhibitor take. So that's really good. So they will take the dragon, the enemy team, which we, should expect. We weren't heading there or anything like that. The Gnar, meanwhile, we just got a Twitch sub. The Gnar, by the way, I do not like his build whatsoever. So he is going Blade of the Ruined King next item. The only reason he should be doing that is if he wants to split push. So you can see I am looking for a little bit of aggression plays there. But yeah, the only reason, if he wants to split push and then have Bork against me as Renekton, maybe that's okay. But he's not doing it. I'm not really split pushing that much enough for him to get a Bork. He needs to be a tank. He needs to be a frontline tank. That's it. And he's building Blade of the Ruined King. So, questionable. Again, there is a reason the guy has a 13% win rate on Gnar, and I'd say that is probably part of it. It's just not the build he needs to do this game. Survivability is what he wants. And, get his big displacement, his big ultimate off. So we just did have a little bit of a vision up. The enemy is potentially in this general area. They are now roaming top lane. Katarina getting caught out because she's alone for some reason. She's going to go for a kill. If she does get a solo kill, it's half worth it. It's half worth it because, killing slows down the game. But she had a Baron buff. Gonna go for the Nautilus. Unfortunately, my E doesn't connect to him fully. Gonna try and kill him with the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's gonna do a smart thing. Wait for the Q. Now she's gonna go on him. Gonna let her... I could have easily taken that, but I'm gonna give it to her because I'm quite strong right now. I'm deceptively strong because I've got 180 farm. Not a crazy amount of kills, but that's fine. Gnar is being a little bit greedy with his positioning, being a bit too close to me. Varus in the area, under the tower. Again, I did say earlier one of the key things was questionable tower dives. And I auto-attack moved, if you notice there. I auto-attack moved, and my first auto-attack hit the tower. My W did go on the Varus, but yeah, I don't know if that would have been enough to kill him, that auto-attack that I botched. But yeah, just tower dives. We just do dumb tower dives. So that potentially has, it's just thrown away our Baron buff. It was going to run out relatively soon, but yeah, that's annoying. So that was bad. So I think that is technically the 4th tower dive that the Hecarim has done that's gone bad this game. And the dude's died 6 times. So most of his deaths are from tower dives. I shouldn't have followed him under the tower, but I made a mechanical mistake. I auto-attacked the tower, then went on the Varus. I don't know if that would have been enough to kill him. I don't know if my one auto-attack would have been like, boom, Varus is dead. Maybe. It's possible. But yeah. Nearly approaching the Black Cleaver Mark II, so I'll have a nice another completed item. So again, the game's looking pretty rough. Our comp, though, if you want to say what is the benefit of our comp, teamfight's pretty good. So Renekton in the middle of it with Spirit Shojin popping off my cooldowns. Hecarim with a big fear. Katarina, if she manages to get the spin off. Karma, I guess, shielding us, I'd say, is probably more valuable than her damage. It's not bad, and that's kind of what we've got to aim for this game, is that big team fight wombo. Obviously, the risk of that is the enemies isn't bad either. They've got a Gnar with his big ultimate, a Nautilus with a ultimate the whole way through us, Lux with big AoE damage, Varus that can root us all if his ultimate connects to multiple of us. So both team comps are pretty good team fights. It's just whichever one maybe gets the better fight off. Now, I'm a bit nervous about Katarina's positioning, if I'm honest. She gets caught. She does Zonya's it, though. Coming into the backline, the Kai'Sa, no idea what that was about. She ulted into the backline and gets killed for free. So now we're down a Kai'Sa. But in all honesty, without sounding too bad, she wasn't completely useful at this point in the game. And so, yeah, Hecarim's in mid lane. I am, by the way, at this point, still thinking that we could go for a fight. If Hecarim makes his way through, potentially Varus could miss position, so I am looking about it. Rengar goes to the engage. I get onto the Varus. Look at my damage, by the way. That's their fed guy. I am not dead, by the way. Get 1 kill, get 2 kill. So, in damage actual done in that team fight, I definitely did the most damage. Hecarim did a good ultimate to displace them. Katarina did a little bit of damage in the end. She didn't even get her ultimate off, by the way. So that was really good. And again, that was out the AD carry. So like I was mentioning, that is what we need. Big Renekton in the middle, doing a big AoE damage. I can kill their Varus probably quite easily. He's very squishy and he can't get away from me. And yeah, if we get the Hecarim ult to make them all fear, that was brilliant. So like I mentioned, that is what we want. And that was without Kai'Sa. That was without an AD carry. So having AD carry alive, meanwhile, another tower dive gone bad. Having an AD carry alive will be only a benefit. So Lux will die. That is now a technical ace by literally 1 second because someone respawned. So that's good. Slight turnaround from that big team fight. Honestly, we were looking for it anyway, but you can't forget the Rengar is the one that actually made that fight happen. He engaged in the Karma from the bush, didn't even kill the Karma. Now, again, I will say I'm a little bit annoyed now because a good rotation just happened, and what happens? They overstay in mid lane and get killed. It's like, 2 people are dead from a play that actually was not bad. So we're going to get the dragon, which is pretty important. I'm like, what do I do? I decided to just go all in on the Varus just to see if I can kill him. And even though I get Gnar ulted in that, I still can 100-0 that Varus. So that's a very good sign. Their most fed person, I can still take down by myself. So that's good. Next thing I'm doing is Guardian's Angel. So you can see me typing is, if you guys stop tower diving and overstaying, we can win this LP. So that is actually something that I want to make a point of. I've learned psychologically, how do you make teammates who are doing bad, who may not be, they're making too many mistakes. How do you turn around teammates to stop them making dumb plays? Meanwhile, Katarina goes for Gnar, he dies, doesn't respect the Katarina damage. Katarina goes all in. Baron, very close steal there. Somehow Lux got it, I presume, with her E. We're getting a couple of repeat kills here. So again, their Baron, they've got it on. Lux, they've got it on, and maybe a Varus respawned in time, so that's not too bad. But yeah, how do you make teammates worry and care about the game? Bring up LP. Don't say victory, because some people are like, I don't care about winning. If you make people remember about LP, the actual LP you get for winning a game, I have found that to be more effective than saying, if you want to win, focus. If you say, hey, if you want this LP, then yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just something, it could be a false negative, I don't know. But recently I've started to say that, and it's uncanny that people are starting to play a little bit better. So I'm a little bit caught here, so luckily that Q didn't land. Also, I think we just saw that Varus doesn't have Baron, so it's only Lux at this point, so that's not too bad. And now, I don't know, we might be looking for a pick. Unlikely the enemy team is going to be like kind of dumb enough to walk in their territory. Again, we spoke about earlier the momentum. Right now, we have the momentum. Even though we're technically behind in kills, we have the momentum of the game. Even though, again, the enemy team has got Baron. That was a good play by Katarina getting those kills. Unfortunately, she didn't get the Baron. It was very close. Obviously, it would have been the god play of the game if she got it. But yeah, not too bad. Hecarim getting a bit caught. Doesn't die, though. Does have GA at this point. Obviously, I want my GA because that will allow me and Hecarim, we're kind of on the same page here, to be in the middle of the team fight, do as much AoE damage as we can. We will die, probably. And then we just like, hey, honey, we're back. We had GA, so it's not bad. Enemy team might be looking for an engage. You can see right now the Gnar is Mega Gnar. Meanwhile, me and Karina thought the same thing. Look for that Lux. Unfortunately, she did run away in time. But yeah, time engages when Gnar doesn't have Mega. When he just comes out of Mega form, that's when you want to maybe look to go in, because obviously then he can't really ult. But he's back in Mini, so he will be building up his Rage again. So this is where I've said before in the past, maybe I should be in a side lane at this point. Possible. Anyway, enemy team maybe getting a little bit too cocky. You know, they are quite up in this point, but Katarina wants to go by. She's got over 1,500 gold, so it is worth letting her. Let the enemy team push into us and then look for the re-engage. I would like my flash for the next team fight, because obviously my job this game right now, get to Varus. I am the Varus killer. I don't think anyone else has the strength to kill that. Maybe Hecarim, but I definitely know I can kill Varus, so that's who I am looking to kill. You can see on time in the chat, I can kill Varus. So I'm just letting my team know that, you know, you guys shouldn't worry about him. Let me worry about him. And obviously right now he is the most fed on the enemy team by far. So it's a big task. You know, I'm putting on like the carry pants of going, I will deal with their fed person. And if I don't, and I'm letting my team know, okay, don't worry about him, I'll take care of him, I could lose my team the game if I don't do my job very well. So it's risky, but yeah. So Mega Gnar obviously is about to run out. So again, we could time and engage with his ult running out. I am like pinging the Lux. She is overstaying right now. Hecarim going all in. She does flash. I decide just to go on the Gnar. Hecarim's in the back line, but we do kill that. Hecarim nearly getting a kill. Potentially, I'm pinging go. Rengar's coming in. Hecarim's looking for a bit of a crazy engage, but he does find the Rengar over to the side. Lux gets a nice ultimate off. I'm half thinking, do I go for that engage, which I think we've already won? I'm thinking of going to the backline looking for the Varus. I do get Lux queued, but she's already used ultimate. I ultimate early just so I don't die, just in case. And that's going to be that. I'm going to go all in for the Lux. Katarina follows me. Varus does ult me, but that's fine. So Varus ultimate's been used at this point. I don't know, they might continue for this. We have number advantage. I think they're just going to back off. So you can see that it's starting to happen. Killing the Lux obviously is important, because arguably Lux has more wave clear than the Varus has in an actual tower situation. My team decides to back off. We're going to go do the Ocean Dragon, which again, never snub your nose at Ocean Dragon. That is the difference of having a bad engage, stopping the engage, regenning with Ocean, like a mini Warmogs basically, and then going again. No idea why that Rengar did that, by the way. So yeah, he has GA, so he just wasted his GA. He went on a target that has Zhonya's. Hecarim just ults him to give him no chance of doing anything. I have no idea why that Rengar did that. Like, that was maybe, again, we've had so many tower dives by Hecarim, but honestly, that play by Rengar might have been the most questionable play of the game. Because again, momentum. Him dying there, him losing his GA is so big. The next team fight, he doesn't respawn. Me and Hecarim do, I think. I think Hecarim's got his. I just bought mine. It's a big deal. So Gnar, I'm pointing out, Gnar has bought the wrong item. So we spoke about earlier, this Gnar, we now know why he's got a 13% win rate. So yes, the Gnar, some people go, but the slow's nice. It's not worth buying. If you want the slow on Gnar, buy a Frozen Mallet. He's bought an anti-crit item against a team comp that nobody is building crit. It's just such a big waste of gold. So the enemy team looking for a pick on me, by the way. 2 of them in the tri-bush with the Gnar in top lane. So you can see they still want to kill me in the top lane. Being a bit of a trend this game, it has to be said. But I'm just chilling. The reason why I'm chilling is partially I'm like, what happens if Varus is like, I'm going to go top lane, just push it out a little bit? He doesn't, unfortunately. So I'm just going to push this in. We do honestly probably want to try and get an inhibitor pretty soon. But Baron is respawning, which you've got to think about. I don't have flash, but I am going to push top lane. So I am at the moment, I'm pinging, hey, come help me, because look where the Gnar is. We could potentially outposition them right now. Engage happening. Varus, you can see, gets caught by the Hecarim. He will go down. That's their fed person, so they don't even need me at this point. I'm going to just kind of chill in this bush, see if I can do anything, pop my ultimate, decide against it. Let's just go do Baron. But yeah, so again, Varus, we spoke about it earlier. He is immobile. Some people say, you know, how would they be able to do this? He just has to play really back, because you can't stop the engage from a Rengar or anything like that. Oh, sorry, a Hecarim. So I decide to go in a 1v3 just to distract the enemy team. Katarina one-shots the Rengar. Remember, that's a big deal because he doesn't have his GA. I decide to go on the Lux. and she's going to Zhonya's, and that is most likely going to be the game. So yeah, this was a great example that we lost the early game. The Varus got very fed, but in all honesty, the enemy team started to play sloppy. The Varus positioned too far up so the Hecarim could get to him. They didn't protect him very well. The Rengar went for that really weird play that, you know, his GA got burnt, and that's terrible. So overall, this is great. Obviously, my GA got used. That's the plan. I went all in on the 3 to distract them from the Baron. They just got my GA, so that's no big issue. So yeah, overall, a fantastic little comeback. Varus flashes out the way from me. So we end 6-6-11. I honestly think we actually played very good. And it's not a game that by KDA people would be like, oh, you carried. Like, the Hecarim played well. He played questionably early. A lot of tower dives that went bad. But he turned it around, which was good. And then me, if we actually, you know, we're in the end screen right now. I think, who do I honor? I honor him for not tilting because he had a bad early game. You can see the Twitch chat saying, hey, I did get good. I gained 23, so the account's now on 73. And then if I look at damage done, so we went 6-6-11 with 249 farm. And any second I'll look at damage. Obviously, I have to wait till I do it in the replay. We do, from memory, the most damage on my team. So we basically were the background carry this game, that it wasn't obvious that we were carrying, but we were dealing the most damage. We did some good team fights. We're in the middle, being a distraction. We did Renekton. You know, that's the job we did. We played Renekton. We did Renekton. We also take second most damage in, I think, the game, while Hecarim takes the most, as naturally he probably would. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button. Again, hopefully you enjoy these types of commentaries. You'll get maybe a couple more of these episodes, and then hopefully we'll be back to live commentaries. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment down below. See you guys next time.